yourself with your shoulder off the edge, but maybe even a little bit more. Now, a lot of times, a lot of people won't feel terribly comfortable using this method. This is kind of the method, but sometimes I'll go ahead and use that we did on the #1 test instead, because it's just kind of hard to get into this position for some. But I'll go ahead and show you this way. So we'll depress the shoulder blade. I'm just leaning my hip into it. I'm extending the wrist. I'm supinating, externally rotating. Doing okay?
Yeah.
Any trouble right there?
Yeah, it's tight.
So it's tight already. So I'm going to adduct it just a little bit more. You okay right there? Then I'm going to slowly go very slow. It kind of comes on all of a sudden. I'm going to abduct and I'm going to look right there. So you can see her. I mean, you'll get people that are able to go to 90 degrees and she's, I don't know, 25 degrees of abduction there. So that's a pretty stiff test. Now let me show you the opposite way, just in case you don't feel like your patient can do that. Just using the same, coming down like this and abducting there. So there's just a couple of different ways to do the same test. Okay? Now, the reason it's nice to do this one as your assessment is that then from the same position, I internally rotate, flex the wrist and fingers, pronate, and then I go ahead and abduct. You doing okay right there? I can abduct from there. Right there. So we got quite a bit more there, 35, 40 degrees abduction. So then we could do the same thing there. We could load it by using some contralateral side bend. We could unload it by using some ipsilateral side bend of the neck. All right, so let's go ahead and check the other side just so we can see where you're at in comparison.
I don't want to smash her.
Oh, that's all right. Switch just a little bit more. So again, I lock the shoulder, a little bit of depression. I externally rotate, extend the wrist. Doing okay so far? Start to abduct. So, I don't know if you guys can see, we got quite a bit more there in comparison to the left. Have you ever had an injury to the left side or left shoulder? No? That's okay. I mean, sometimes there's just some variability, so that's not a big deal. And this is where it's real nice, where we can just switch, internally rotate, flex the wrist, pronate, and then I can just go right back into my abduction. So that one was pretty similar to the left side there, about 40 degrees. If you want to get a goniometer, you can measure those. If you want to be real consistent, I just use eyeball measurements in the clinic. Any questions about those before we practice?
Is the second one for radial?
Yes.
Okay.